It's an allegory of 7 years in the artist's life. I sort of resonated with this really personally because when I saw this last summer, I was finishing a project that was a 7-year project. And in my mind, it was both realism and a kind of allegory. And so when I saw this, it sort of saved my soul. One of the ways that I see this painting, it's like a virtuosic demonstration of everything that's not supposed to be inside the frame. There's the nice, polite little landscape painting, which I think is from the place where Courbet grew up. Like, I think it's a landscape that he was used to, that he had in his body and his sense memory. But then there's the real landscape of the mind. It's almost like an expanded consciousness of realism. The cast of characters is both literal, realist. It's like his actual friends, like, of course, Baudelaire. The model, who may or may not be his lover, who is both idealized and like very realistic. There's something about the present in it, and that is a little bit like the space of poetry in a way. This painting takes place in the present. It's very, very interesting in the way that it does that. There's different kinds of time happening all in the same space, all in the same studio. And obviously, we're not in the studio, we're in some kind of a dreamscape where everything of the world is either phantomically projected or in some kind of more hyper-real kind of a hologram almost. I love that Baudelaire is just reading. He doesn't even have to look at what's happening. He knows what's happening. So there's something also psychic about the ways that all of these things are connected. And the psychic connection is also the poesis of Courbet. You know, his politics are in this space. His friendships are in this space. His anxieties and political concerns, the rivalries, the pettinesses, the things that bother him, the things that he can do is really good at without having to worry about, it's all here. And to me, this is like the most extremely realist kind of realism you could have. It's very futuristic. There's something about the wildness of it. The walls of the studio are translucent. They're sort of phantomically having things projected on them, almost like a screen or like the frontal lobe of the brain. Courbet wasn't he an atheist? I mean, he would say that hell is here, which is what we would probably all say. What's incredible is getting it all in. So many artists have this anxiety of how do I witness everything that I witness? How do I make my work reflect it? Has my work accurately reflected everything that I wish for it to reflect? Has it reflected hell and iniquity as much as it's reflected sweetness, love, intimacy, ordinariness, boringness, and kind of Vatic or visionary experience? The female figure is really interesting. She's like the pink elephant in the room. She's neoclassical female nude is everywhere in 19th century decor. Like she's just like a piece of furniture almost. This lady is looking at what he's painting. She's in the position of the model, but she's not the thing being painted. But I feel like she also represents the way that whoever the erotic focus of the artist's particular moment happens to be is right over his shoulder. I identify with that. When I'm working, I feel the sort of naked body of the person that I'm focused on very close to me, almost hovering behind me, almost looking over my shoulder as I work. That's like a very real thing about sort of where your head is at when you're working, even if what you're displaying on the canvas, so to speak, has nothing to do with what's on your mind.
La nature est un temple où de vivants piliers laissent parfois sortir de confuses paroles. L'homme y passe à travers des forêts de symboles qui l'observent avec des regards familiers, comme de longs échos qui de loin se confondent dans une ténébreuse et profonde unité, vaste comme la nuit et comme la clarté. Les parfums, les couleurs et les sons se répondent. Il est des parfums frais comme des chairs d'enfants doux, comme les hautbois verts, comme les prairies et d'autres, corrompus, riches et triomphants, ayant l'expansion des choses infinies, comme l'ambre, le musc, le benjoin et l'encens qui chantent les transports de l'esprit et des sens.